These are incredibly serious charges that the House Oversight Committee is charging this president with. Selling America out and pocketing money. President Biden, meanwhile, is coming to his son's defense. Watch this.
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong. I trust him. I have faith in him. And it impacts my presidency by making me feel proud of him.
Yeah, no pushback from the reporter on that based on all of the bank records that we have and the Treasury has allowed the House Oversight Committee chairman to view. Joining me right now is Wisconsin Congressman, member of the House Judiciary and Republican Study Committees, Tom Tiffany. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this morning. These are serious charges. I think they're the most serious charges leveled at a president that I've ever seen, certainly. Your thoughts on what we're going to learn here?
Yeah, good morning, Maria. And I believe you are correct that these are very serious allegations. This is going far beyond what we've seen so far. And I got to tell you, I'm starting to lose track of how many whistleblowers there are between the ones coming to the Judiciary Committee that I serve on and the Oversight Committee. But the other thing, Maria, it's really curious that the FBI doesn't already have this information. I have to believe that they still have that information. And I sure hope they heed the words of James Comer in regards to this issue, and they do not indict before Wednesday, because this sounds like it's going to be powerful stuff that's going to be coming out on Capitol Hill.
I mean, if President Biden has been taking money from U.S. adversaries for years while he was in the Senate, while he was the vice president, and we learn that he's been pocketing cash and making policy decisions based on that, that to me seems like it's impeachable. Would you move and vote to impeach President Biden?
If that is the case, I don't believe we'd have any choice. I think the important thing at this point, though, is that not folks just like you, Maria, but all media outlets need to start reporting this because, as you said at the top, this is probably the most serious allegations we've seen of corruption by a president in certainly the history of over the last 50 to 60 years.
Yeah, right. And the mainstream media will not cover it. So what are we going to do? Impeach President Biden, and then we got Kamala Harris as the president?
Well, that's certainly the fear that a lot of Americans have at this point. And I got to tell you, this next 2 years is going to be a long 2 years, whether it's President Biden, Vice President Harris, whatever. It is going to be a long 2 years.
All right, let's talk about the issues at hand. And of course, now we are dancing with default. I mean, we've got a crisis that's about to take place this week when Title 42 goes away. And then in 3 weeks, we've got another crisis because the government will run out of money. I mean, what a position this administration has put us in. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is going to be meeting with the president on Tuesday to discuss raising the debt ceiling, but also pulling back spending. I spoke with Utah Senator Mike Lee yesterday, and he told me that he's been working incredibly hard to rally up Republicans in the Senate to take the lead and also to get behind Kevin McCarthy. He says he's got more than 40 signatures that they will oppose raising the debt ceiling without any strings attached, without spending cuts. Here's Mike Lee yesterday. Watch this.
They can't do this. Whenever you've got 41 senators who are unwilling to bring debate to a close on any legislation, it cannot pass. We've now got more than enough to stop exactly the kind of legislation that Joe Biden wants. What that means is that the White House is going to have to come to the table and enter into real talks with the House Republicans, starting with Speaker Kevin McCarthy. As Kevin McCarthy, as the Speaker of the House, meets with the White House, it's imperative that he arrive in a position of negotiating power. We've now got 43 Republicans who have signed a letter, 2 more who have said they would stand with us while not signing the letter, to refuse to bring debate to a close on any clean debt ceiling increase bill.
Thompson, this is huge. If you've got the support in the Senate, that means you've got to win here. Republicans appear united. Will they stay united?
Yeah, that's really the question. And I think you're going to see some brinksmanship this coming week or two by the administration because they so badly want to be able to get this clean debt limit increase. They don't want to give the American people stuff like the you think about the what's the word? Welfare reform. Sorry about that, Maria.
Yeah.
But we included stuff like welfare reform, getting rid of the 87,000 IRS agents. The administration does not want to negotiate on those items.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, how about losing the drama and just making sure that the country is safe and that we have the ability to pay our bills? That's a major issue, and I think markets are going to start reacting to it. But even before we get to that crisis, we got a crisis at hand this week. Title 42 is going to expire on Thursday. We have Fox News drone video, which captured hundreds of illegal migrants lining up. They're in Brownsville, Texas. Look at these pictures, Congressman. It's made up of mostly men. Okay, so these are not families with tons of kids. These are men coming to America. We don't know what the intentions are, but there are a lot of people, 7 million people already apprehended on Joe Biden's watch in the last 2 years. The House voting on the GOP's border security package on Thursday, same day as Title 42 goes away. That would complete President Trump's border wall. It would place restrictions on asylum seekers, but we don't know if it's actually going to pass, Congressman. What's the likelihood that you actually move the needle on this Thursday?
Well, I sure hope it passes, because what we sent out of the Judiciary Committee 2 weeks ago is the strongest border security bill ever passed by the Judiciary Committee, and the House should do the same thing. Let's get it over to the Senate and make them act on this, because we've got tens of thousands of people that are queuing on the other side of the border. You know, you're seeing some window dressing by the administration where they're sending 1,500 troops. They're talking about doing more drug interdiction. It's purely window dressing. If they want to fix this, the House border security bill fixes the problem of securing our border.
Well, what a week this is going to be, Congressman. You've got your border security bill. You've got Tuesday meeting with congressional leadership at the White House on the debt ceiling. Wednesday, you've got a major press conference. James Comer going to outline influence peddling by a sitting president. And then on Thursday, Title 42 goes away. A big heads up to our audience. We're going to be on all of these stories. Stay with us on this week. Congressman, thanks very much for weighing in on all of that. Tom, Tiffany joining us this morning.
Thanks so much.